Generally speaking, there are three policies that you really should have on your website. They're a privacy policy, a terms of use or terms and conditions, and an accessibility statement. So let me touch on each one really at a high level. So the most common policy that we see is a privacy policy. This policy is required by law if you collect and process personal information. You should list specifics such as who owns the website, what kind of data are you collecting? Is there a legal basis for collecting that information? What is the purpose of collecting the data? And will that data be transferred to third parties? And also, you want to make sure that you let users know what their rights are with respect to the data being collected, and can they see that data? Privacy policies are meant to protect your users and should be updated on a regular basis. If you don't have a privacy policy, or it's been a while since you've updated your privacy policy, there are many privacy policy generators out there to walk you through the process of updating your policy. So I would take a look at that. Just go to Google and Google in, privacy policy generators. There's many to choose from. The second policy that I would say is somewhat mandatory would be a terms and conditions or terms of use. And you don't see this. This is not as common, but it really should be. It's an agreement containing guidelines for using your website and helps limit the legal liability for your business. Anyone who offers goods and services online should have a terms and conditions agreement on their website. Terms and conditions set out exactly what you'll offer your customers and what you expect from them in return. A terms and agreement statement can limit your liability and serves as a guide to regulate user behavior. If you have this agreement properly stated, it can be easier to prove deliberate copyright or trademark infringement or intellectual property disputes. And the third policy I would encourage you to develop and publish would be a website accessibility statement. This pertains to website content accessibility guidelines, or WCAG. WCAG is currently on version 2.1 and is going to be rolling out version 2.2 in the coming weeks. Since 1 in 5 Americans have some form of disability that impacts the manner in which they consume content on your site, it's really important to let your users know how compliant your website is with respect to the WCAG guidelines. So you'll want to confirm things such as, does your website support screen readers, and which one? What level of compliance do you offer? And in addition to these types of things, it's just as important to provide methods for them to get in touch with you if for some reason they have difficulty accessing your content. So the accessibility statement signals a good faith effort on your part to make your website user-friendly for all. So those are the three policies I would make sure that you have.